Definition of the subject matter government. Government as an institution of the state may be defined as the machinery or agency through which the will of the state is formulated, realized, and expressed or attained. What it means is this: that a society without government will degenerate or may lead to a society of chaos, anarchy, solitary, struggling, and fighting. That's according to Thomas Sowell. So government came into existence to avoid fighting and chaos in the society. Now let's proceed. Government as an academic field of study means the study of different agencies, political institutions, and dynamic of the state. Now let's go to government as a process or art of governing. Government as a process or art of governing may be defined as the body vested with the ability to maintain security, peace, and stability in a state. It's very simple. These are the three concrete definitions of the subject matter government. Now, what are the functions of government? Lawmaking, security, personnel, revenue generation, and protection of lives and property. Now let's go to power and authority. Remember, there's no society without power and authority. What is power? Power is the ability to control the action of others through the means of what? Sanction. Remember, power has to do with the application of force. Later on, I'm going to give you the difference between power and authority. Remember, we said power has to do with the means of sanction, meaning that when power is being exercised in a society, there's an element of force in the application of power. Now, let's go to the types of power. We have physical power, political power, economic power, and what? Military power. Now, physical power is the one that is done physically when a force is being applied to you directly. That's physical power. Now, political power. This has to do with the power exhibited from political office holder, like the president, which is the head of state. Now, let's go to military power. That is the power exercised by the military. For example, the military rule, where people are being given order by the military directly and they obey such order. That's military power. Let's go to economic power. Now, this has to do with an individual controlling the economy. For example, whereby President Bola Ahmed Tinubu makes himself the Minister of Petroleum. I said, for example, that is what? Economic power. Because petroleum is the source of economy in Nigeria, 70%. Now let's go to authority. Remember, I said power is the ability to control the action of others through the means of what? Sanction. Now, what is authority? Authority is the right or order to enforce obedience, and people will obey it. That means in authority, you're not exercising force, rather you are giving order, and this order is coming from where? The Constitution. Now we have charismatic authority, legal authority, and traditional what? Authority. Now, charismatic authority has to do with authority of someone having what? Quality. Someone that has quality. That's why you hear people say this person is what? Charismatic. That's charismatic what? Authority. Now, let's go to legal authority. This is authority derived from the Constitution. That's something that is legal, recognized by the law. Traditional authority has to do with custom and tradition. Now, this is all you need to know so far about power, authority, and the definition of the subject matter government. See you next time.